Alrighty, Light Skin King Petty's back. He's back to talk his shit real quick. Guess who's back? Back again. Drake is back. Tell a friend or his enemies at this time. Because hopefully you're not listening to this while it's too late. You should be reading it. But anyways, what's up? What's happening? BK Busy. And Drake subs Kendrick Lamar and his enemies with Petty Dig at Spotify. Let's talk about it. Like I said, there's a couple stories in the last 2 weeks of December we didn't get to. We're going to talk about it in January. I'm sorry. We're going to get to it. But anyways, I don't know why. As you know, Drake and Kendrick is just gonna keep going. Especially, I feel like we'll finally stop talking about this shit when Iceman drops and we hear the shade and the double entendres and the sneak disses and all this other shit. But anyways, Drake and Kendrick Lamar remain at odds while Drizzy clearly still feels some type of way about Spotify after his beef. You know what's crazy? After the whole UMG situation, Spotify kind of got out of that. And somehow iHeart got out of that to the point it was only Drake going against Universal. So it surprises me that he still got some little issue with Spotify, yes, and if we believe the botting allegations. But like I said, in hindsight, this did come out before the big thing came out with the whole stake deal and allegedly them using some of that shit to kind of inflate some of Drake's numbers through stake. So my nigga, you was doing the same shit like I've been saying in the other videos. You've been doing the same shit and you mad at other niggas doing that to you. Don't get me wrong. I understand motherfucking calling you a PDF file is not great. There's no proof behind it, again. But even still, like, what is we doing? So anyways, Drake remains one of the biggest artists in the world. And when you look at his Spotify streams, you quickly realize that his beef with Kendrick Lamar didn't affect him as badly as you would assume. In 2025 alone, Drake had over 16 billion streams. Overall, his catalog remains one of the most valuable on the platform. Listen, again, and if y'all thought like Kendrick would get Drake out of here and he wouldn't sell music, like, you were highly mistaken. That's still Aubrey, my nigga. As much as I like Kendrick, if Kendrick dropped to the amounts Drake did drop, then maybe. But this nigga takes 4 to 5 year hiatuses. You can't get rid of a nigga who's gonna drop every year or every 2 years. It's hard to get rid of a nigga like that. But anyways. And the nigga has bops. Hate him or not, the nigga has a couple songs that, hey, that shit go crazy. But anyways. And his catalog in general. This nigga don't really need to drop more music. His catalog in general, honestly. I don't feel like we'll get to a point where Drake really wants to hang it up. I feel like we might see a Jay-Z-esque bow out from Drake. Like, we're going to get a couple more albums, then they're going to be way longer gaps. We might get like his version of a 444, which will be like 5 or 6 years later. Like, you know what I'm saying? We still going to get a couple. I feel like this nigga got like two more collab albums in him. 3 if he reconciles with Future. We might get 3. But anyways, however, sometimes winning simply isn't enough. Drizzy has had issues with Spotify, and those issues have played out over the past year. In his lawsuit against UMG, one of the main points of contention was how streaming services handled Kendrick during the win. Meanwhile, a more recent lawsuit against Spotify claims artists like Drake have allegedly been botting free. Nigga, I could tell you all these niggas is botting. Probably the record labels is paying for the bots. Let's keep it a buck. It's part of the marketing budget. If y'all really want to have the conversation, let's have the conversation. But anyways, needless to say, nigga, what's my nigga name? Russ been saying this shit for years. Anyways, needless to say, botting has become a buzzword of sorts. It's impossible to really say who is doing it or who isn't. Fans will never admit that their favorite artist is botting, although they will happily accuse their least favorite artist of doing so. Having all that said, Drake was recently on a live stream with Ben the Don, where he got to preview Iceman and give fans some insight on the project's release. It was here that Drake took a shot at Spotify, saying, I can play it on Spotify real quick. I mean Spotify. Niggas will take anything as it is. Hey, Drake, nigga, you still benefit from them niggas. It is what it is, bro. By reading between the lines, you could tell that this is a bit of a shot at people like Kendrick Lamar or his enemies. Of course, we have no way of knowing whether or not these artists are botting. However, it's convenient for Drake to say something like this, as it unites his fans in one common goal. The war against Spotify. This nigga really doesn't have a beef with Spotify. Like I said beforehand, Spotify got him out him and Spotify. I don't know if he looked at the books at Spotify to the point when he named UMG, Spotify, and iHeart. At some point, Spotify got out of it. He like, all right, you could rock. iHeart, y'all niggas could rock. I'm just going after UMG. And yes, I think some proof came out later that allegedly there was some botting stuff going on with Kendrick. But all these niggas have bots again. But regardless. After all, Drake needs the streaming platform on his side with Iceman dropping in the near future. Without their help, the album won't be pushed as hard into the algorithm. And yes, keep it up. And like I said, Drake, you benefit from that shit too. So again. At the very moment, Iceman doesn't have a release date during his most recent stream. He noted that he's working on the album and that it should be coming out relatively soon. Anyway, it's been a while since fans got a new Iceman episode. It feels like Drake has largely abandoned his role. Yeah, the streaming shit, once he seen it wasn't really working, he just sat down and stopped doing that shit. That said, it is clear that he is in fact working on the project. For now, his fans will just have to be patient. Hey, listen, man. The shots and the shade is gonna come. We all know Drake is King Petty, King Light Skin over there. It is what it is. So we'll see exactly what goes on. You know what I'm saying? And that's really all I got for y'all today. Besides all that, you already know what it is. It's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ Detweiler doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You try to hear a little bit more, though, you heard me. And I'm gone. Slime Zoom. Peace, your else gang. Aye.